This may sound paradoxical or even contradictory to believe, but being poor is a new being rich in today's modern society. If you really truly have money, you don't have to look like you have money. I do not at this point wish to seem mysterious or to be making claims to secret knowledge. This is the thing deep within you know already. All I am doing is awakening you, reminding you of what you have forgotten. The truth about life is we all wanted to be ladies and gentlemen and look as if we had servants. We do not want to look like we soil our hands with growing and cooking real food. Modern civilization has turned into a materialistic society. Materialist is a person who loves matter. They spend on luxuries they don't need and really can't afford. The shiny female bodies, the nicest TV, new shoes based on trends, once again, often brand-based decisions, vacations they really shouldn't take or should scale back. They think that appearing to be rich is more vital than building any amount of wealth or financial well-being. In the world in which a normal working class is a fucking fashion statement now, that's all they are, a fucking look, fake persona to try and fit in, flashing expensive items, aesthetic uniforms pleasing to the eyes that they recently bought in an attempt to get recognition. The more fruitful approach would be living a modest lifestyle over material possessions, which can lead to greater happiness, freedom and authenticity, reducing stress and allowing for personal growth. This is hard for many people to understand because we have this common belief that being rich is a visible thing of expensive nice possessions, but true wealth is invisible. When I say looking poor, I am not talking about dirty guy with raggedy clothes living in a mercer existence in a slum and driving a old car with a bunch of emissions coming out. I am just talking about living modestly with no visible indicators of their money. Think blue jeans and a t-shirt driving an old Honda. People that are wealthy and secure in their status feel no need to advertise it. In fact, must go out of their way to hide their wealth. No one wants the attention. There's simply nothing to gain from it, and if anything, it will attract people looking to take it from you. Looking rich is a fastest shortcut to go broke. We see this all the time with professional athletes, rappers and singers. All of a sudden they are hit by the truck of success and money, then they start to portray rest of the world that blowing money like money ain't shit is being rich and staying rich. They pretend to swim in money every single minute and also make you feel like they have the hottest babes in the game, although they look and feel rich in the moment when the money stops coming in, which is something that can happen pretty quickly with athletes. They have this high expense but no income, no savings and immediately go broke. But for the general public like us, I think we have this unconscious stigma to look rich, to feel important, to feel like we made it, to kind of justify our existence in the world like, look, I'm not a failure, I have this brand new Ferrari. Would a failure have a Ferrari? Hell no. There is a common code among poor and middle class people that money can't buy happiness, but I would rather be crying in a Ferrari, satin seats to lie on, satin pillows to cry on. So they believe that sleep is a waste of valuable time and continue to chase these fantasies far into the night. But you need to understand that as the time passes, you won't find the same joy you used to in those superficial pursuits. Having more money doesn't make us a lot more happier. We quickly adapt to our new level of wealth, and this adaptation means that what once felt like a big improvement soon becomes a new normal. The new bed gets old, the sleeping around it gets old, the cars and the watches gets old, but the debt you have taken to buy these materialistic possessions remains with interest. The $5,000 Christmas bonus you spent last year towards a new car or to buy a nice vacation package, if that same $5,000 if you invested it into the S&P 500 made an average of 10% until you reach retirement, it would have been $140,000. A study by the American Psychological Association revealed that 72% of Americans feel stressed about their money, and a report by the Money and Pension Service in the UK found out that 62% of adults feel anxious about their finance, with 48% worrying about money at least once a week. We work jobs we hate to buy shit we don't need to impress people we don't like. And in the process of pursuing of this social status, before you know it, you are trapped in a dense cloud of debt, and in order to pay off those debt, you have to give up the valuable resource, time, energy and money that could be used to change your life are exhausted like clockwork. So you have no choice but to remain a productive robot as society's plan for you intended. This is so depressing and miserable to just think that we take back-breaking debt because we are so insecure within us that what other people might think about us if we didn't buy a new car or post a photo wearing the expensive suit. Our society is filled with the brim with people who try to prove their happiness to hide their internal misery. In short, we are prisoner to someone's idea of us. In my perspective, what a waste of energy to spend this short and vulnerable existence wondering what other people might think. When I was young, my grandma used to say, "Don't worry about what they think, they ain't feeding you." This unwanted phenomena has made a urban man's total slave to clocks. In today's world, a calm and modest life is pretty much essential for maintaining peace of mind and to reduce the level of anxiety. According to the Taoism, if we observe nature from a Taoist perspective, we can see two forces at work, yin and yang, or let's say feminine or masculine. Yang aspects include active elements such as speed, restlessness, productivity, and yin aspect includes more passive elements like silence, humbleness, not reacting, calm, and most importantly, rest. We live in a topsy-turvy world in which normal order of things seem to be completely reversed, where the common sense of a man is inside out, upside down. We tend to follow the yang aspect of life, and following yin aspect is often given the tag of loser. We have become human doings rather than human beings. But living a simple lifestyle fixes all issues. It will help you to get rid of this common disease that 99% of the urban population have, the imposter syndrome. You no longer care about those small dopamine hits and live a happy and fulfilling life. Because love, joy and peace cannot flourish until you have freed your mind from these materialistic dominance. You will escape from pain-pleasure cycle. Pleasure is always derived from something outside of you, whereas joy arises from within. The very thing that gives you pleasure today will give you pain tomorrow, or it will leave you, so its absence will give you pain. The Lamborghini you bought today gives you pleasure, but the high interest debt of same Lamborghini will give you pain tomorrow. Same case with friendship and relationship. A really interesting study found out that 25% of Americans admit that they have pursued a romantic relationship purely for the money aspect, and over half of those people have misrepresented their financial situation to attract a partner. It feels sad to know that we live in a world in which looks and money are valued more than the authenticity. Three things will not be long hidden: the sun, the moon and the truth. As soon as they figure out that your partner have lied, many people also know from their own experience how easily and quickly an intimate relationship can turn from a source of pleasure to a source of pain. Real love doesn't make you suffer. How could it? It does not suddenly turn into hate, nor does real joy turn into pain. So, it's best to search your partner and make friends while looking poor, because looking rich attract gold diggers and rowdy bunch of hooligans who care only about two things: women and beer 99% of the time, and you are not that lucky to be in rest 1%. You may already know this, but just in case you don't, rich people use money as a tool or a vessel to make more money. All the money that you are using to spend on fancy clothes, fancy vacations, fancy cars, fancy shoes, actual rich use that money to invest. Their wealth is not tied up in shoes and cars and purses and jewelries. Their wealth is tied up in equity investment, in the stock market money, in their bank account and other investments. You can't see all of their wonderful options. They have this motto that every dollar spent can be every dollar invested. They are living a life by design and not by default.